Hey guys, a few of us have been asked to put together some videos on how we can teach concurrently, so how we can attend to the live students and how we can cater to the students at home as well. So I'm going to show some of the ideas that I have. By no means are we experts at this, so we're looking for everybody that's already doing this, especially the zip codes that are already, doing hybrid, to kind of share your ideas with us as well. So I'm going to show 3 different ways that you could reach the live students and obviously the ones at home. So we're going to start with the most basic and then kind of go from there. But pretty much everything that I'm going to discuss, you probably already have in your classroom. So the initial easiest one is you've got your face-to-face. You've got your Google Meet. You've got your webcam. But some of you guys also have another camera. So I'm going to switch the camera, and I've got a camera right here. That is your dock cam. Some of you guys have, the older ones, but they work. The newer ones, much better resolution. A lot of flexibility with that. But for starters, we're gonna go with some of the basic tools that you already have. So here's your most basic setup. You've got your Smartboard, you've got your desktop monitor, and you've got your desktop computer. Obviously, most of you guys already know you're going to open up your Google Meets. Which, let me bring this over here. You've got your Google Meets going. You're projecting it on your Smartboard here. And ideally, again, this is not a great example because I don't use a teacher desk other than just keep clutter on it. But you should have this monitor facing the class. So you've got your live learners and you've got your at-home learners. And then, of course, you can project anything on your screen. So if I wanted to go to present now, I'm not going to do this now because this is an actual class going. You can present your entire screen, and then anything that they see, let's say I pull up a Jamboard, okay? You've got your live learners. You can interact with your desktop right here, and obviously your live learners are going to see that here as well. And you're going to want to stay, with this setup, you're going to want to stay relatively close to your monitor because, the webcam, if you've got a webcam, most webcams you can get for, I would say, under $20 are going to have that mic. So you're going to have to stay relatively close. You can also add another mic. I've got a simple mic set up here, and I'll put the links in the description. This is going to be your first line of defense. Very basic. It's going to be probably ideal if you can be, maybe have your desktop a little bit over here, the monitor over here. But this is that setup. So it's, again, your monitor, desktop, computer. You've got your desktop monitor, and you've got your Smartboard. You've got your at-home students, and you've got your live students. All right, so let's get into the ways that you can integrate your dock cam with your webcam and talk about the obvious advantages to having a dock camera in the classroom. So let's first show you, well, the setup is very basic. Obviously, they're both USB, so it's just plug and play. But when you're in your Google Meets, to switch to the camera right now, I'm using this camera, the webcam, and I can simply switch camera, and it should go to that one, and there it is. So now this one's on. Now, the advantage between your webcam and your dock cam is mobility, okay? The webcam, I'm going to be able to move it about, I'm going to be able to rotate it, but I'm really limited on my space. Now, for your hover cam, the obvious advantage is having that flexibility. You're able to, invest in a good USB cord. You want the newer ones. This is probably actually an older USB cord. You want 2.0 or above. 3.0 is going to give it your fastest and your best resolution. But this one right here, as you can see, 15 feet. So I'm able to get to the front of my classroom, teach my live students, have this propped up on a table, and then my at-home learners can see me as well. Remember, your hover cam, even the older ones, are going to have a mic somewhere. I'm pretty sure the mic is going to be here at the base. There might be another one here at the top, but it's going to pick up your voice. Is it going to be perfect? No, but you're still going to want to stay relatively close to the camera. So if you're speaking in front of the class and this is about right here, the at-home learners should have no problems hearing you. So just keep that in mind. So this is the last setup, and I think it's the best one. If you have a Chromebook or you have a laptop that can run Google Meets, I say go with this setup. So there's a few things to remember. You still are using your desktop. So this is actually my desktop computer. It's running the Google Meets, and then I'm going to join with my Chromebook and actually go into presentation mode and kind of take over the screen and show you, like, you can run that. The students at home will be able to see you, and then you can interact with the Chromebook and use it really as a tablet. So just in tablet mode, and you can kind of write on it from there and move around. And again, the little ones, I know they need to see you. This is probably best for the older ones, older kids, because I mean, you could use the camera on this, but it's going to give you some weird angles. So again, maybe that's why you want to use document camera. Or even your phone. A couple things I did want to share with you that I didn't mention in the other parts. The information right here, okay, for joining a Google Meets. Most of you guys probably already know this and you share it out. But just like here, the dial-in, I mean, you could just have your phone. Like if you need just a speaker and you want to move about and the kids don't need to see you, use your phone. Dial in. And just use it as a speaker, your microphone. I would think that would be the easiest way, but again, that information's right there, and I'm actually going to use that to join. All right, before we connect to the presentation with our Chromebook, we want to make sure we do a few things, especially with the sound, or you're going to get some weird feedback, okay? Again, this is my desktop Smartboard, and then I'm going to take over in presentation mode with my Chromebook. I want to make sure for my desktop, which is this, okay? I mute, and I mute the camera, okay? We don't want any kind of weird feedback. We don't really need a camera in this case. If you do, you're gonna use the Chromebook and it'll be a weird angle, but you wanna have those muted, okay? I'm gonna join, but I'm gonna show you what I found out the hard way here. The second time I joined, I'm like, I still have some weird feedback. So I'm gonna join now. Now, you can hear some weird feedback, okay? And we don't want that. So I'm like, why is it still doing that? I found it was the sound from the Smartboard projector. So right here, you want to make sure you mute that. And then, voila, no more problem. Okay, now that our sound issues are cleared up, hopefully, one other thing you want to do when I actually take over, kind of do this before I take over and present from the Chromebook, from your desktop, you want to go to change the layout. And you want to do this because you want to allow those people at home, whoever's presenting, to see the whole screen. So usually it's on auto. I think when you first do this, you want to put it on spotlight, okay? That gives that full screen look for us. And again, for your live learners, you may want to just do this too, where you zoom in so you have the whole screen and it's ready to go, okay? So now, let me actually just show you from this perspective. So I'm going to join the meeting with, the nickname. And again, if you forgot, right here, the nickname, you can copy the dial in. Again, don't be your phone is going to be a sure microphone. So in a pinch, use your smartphone, okay? So I've copied this information and I'm going to join with the nickname and join now and take over. And hopefully everything goes well. So let's join it. Let's check it out. As you can see, taking over. But I want to use this as a presentation tool. So I'm going to go into Present Now, my entire screen, choose my screen, and there we go. So now you can see I'm clearly presenting, again, from the Chromebook to my desktop computer, which is presenting it on the Smartboard. And now, here's what I like about this. So now that I'm in presentation mode, I can pretty much do whatever I want in any tab. So I'm going to Another thing that you may want to do, notice how it's showing the tabs up there. On your Chromebook, you might also want to do where you entire screen, zoom it in, so that's all they see. So now that when I zoom this in, that's all they're going to see here as well. So here's what I like. You don't even need the Smartboard anymore. You've got Smartboard by using like Jamboard, or you could use Google Keep. There's a bunch of different sites. So, you know, anything that you're presenting here, now both people can see it. So you can see it here. My students at home are going to see this. My live learners are going to see this on the Smartboard. And there you go. What I like about this too, so I could take this, I know a lot of laptops do this, and I don't have to break it, but you can turn this over, and now I have this in tablet mode, so I can move all over the classroom and use this and speak to both my live learners and my at-home learners, okay? So it's a great, again, if you've got a laptop that'll do this, this is going to be what I suggest.
Ready?
So that's pretty much it. If you've got a Chromebook or you've got a laptop that can process Google Meets without a problem, I'd say go with this setup because it's very easy to move about the room and, you know, keep both your live students and your at-home students engaged. And again, we're not experts. I haven't even technically done this yet. So any of these videos that we're putting together, if you guys are already doing this and you have ideas, please share what you're doing. Put it in the comments. Let us know. Make a video of what you're doing. We'd love to hear it so we can kind of build ideas together. Good luck. It's going to be a struggle. Hopefully the parents are on board and make sure those kids at home are with us on those days, but we'll make the best of it. Thanks. We'll see you.